back, everyone. We are here with my Restinga Jaboticaba, Restinga coronata, only Jaboticaba that didn't die back from the winter. Well, only large one at least. You can see the trunk on it. So I'm going through firstly and just cutting off any of the dead branches. Also, I'm going to be cutting off any of the branches that are facing the inside of the tree to give it a more open center and some more room to breathe. And I kind of do this just by looking top down at it and pretty much just doing exactly what I said, just opening up that center, and that'll give the tree more airflow. It'll give it more strength to fight pests, because when a wind blows, it'll be able to blow through the body of the tree. And trees are a lot like people, and you don't necessarily want it getting like overgrown in the middle, because it would just be too much and not be healthy. So we're going through and doing a big trim down here. Also taking off any branches that touch each other. Well, not touch each other, but any branches that look like they're like gonna be interfering with each other, because that's gonna give bad circulation too. So every branch needs to have a little niche that it can kind of occupy on the tree, without branches crossing so densely that they're not being able to breathe. Should we take this off? Interesting. Add back to about here. There's really nothing we can do with that. Okay. So you can see I'm being pretty aggressive with this thing here, because I know that a Jaboticaba can take it, and I know that it'll actually be good for it. There is a lot of rhyme or reason for where I'm cutting. It probably looks almost random, but I am doing these cuts for a reason, for sure. And that reason is to reduce the overall size of the tree, the bushiness of the tree, increase the airflow, and then how I know where to cut is just from doing it so many times. I don't have to think about it too much, so I can just kind of go through Again, it's very methodical. I can just see where, and you could probably see too in this tree, where stuff was just kind of mixed up before. Like you couldn't see the actual body of the tree very well. I'll pull out my smaller one. You couldn't see the body of the tree very well, so you just come in and clean everything up wherever you see crests, crossing branches, you know. This right here is kind of cool. This will leave this. This will probably fuse into itself in the future. I don't mean stuff like that. I mean like where it's too jumbled up. Like here's a good example. You've got leaf branches growing all chaotic sorts of directions. So you just kind of spin it. I cleaned up that side. Spin it. Now we'll work on that side. So this tree, honestly, I'm kind of torn if I should keep it outside or if I should bring it inside. And I think for the winter, and I think I'm going to be leaning towards bringing it inside because I like the I think it's turning into a beautiful form of a tree. I really like the trunk on it. I'm going to be reducing its overall size here and then putting it into a bonsai pot, keeping it as a bonsai, because honestly in my climate, and it's kind of a shame, but in my climate you cannot keep Jaboticaba outdoors. You know, you can do it during the summer for sure, but outdoors, wintertime, we're talking, is not going to work. And I wish that it would, but you know, it's you can actually even see like where this is a natural bonsai, because you can see where some of the branches are wilted down from that ice on it. And you know, it's just a lot of stress too. Like during the winter, you're like all like, oh, what temperatures are gonna be tonight? You know, I don't want to worry about that. So what we're gonna do is fix the issue. That's what gardening is really all about. Is you have issues, you fix them. That's what life is all about too. You have issues, you fix them. You know, find a way. And it's also, but also I don't regret getting the Jaboticabas, because you can't let your environment dictate what you want to do. So, you know, I love Jaboticabas, so I got Jaboticabas. Now, I'm in a colder, way colder place than they typically would be in, region-wise and environment-wise, but I didn't let that stop me. I still did it, and I knew that in the end, I'd figure it out, you know? I'd figure out how I could keep these trees that I love, and I did. We're going to turn them into bonsais. I've been keeping bonsais for longer than I've been keeping Javos. Here's one right here. I have tons of bonsais. So I have bonsai experience. We're going to be turning these into bonsais. They already represent a bonsai in the way that bonsai only means plant grown in pot. And they are plants grown in pots. Obviously, because I knew the weather was way too cold for them to ever be anywhere else but a pot. They can't be planted in the ground. So now they're just going to be turned into more proper Jaboticaba bonsais. Because in order to bring them inside, I can't bring them in as is. They are way too, not too big because they all died back. This one was too big, but not really anymore. But they are in too big of pots. They're in like 7-gallon or 5-gallon, and also the pots have cockroaches in them and all types of other bugs. Who knows what type of bugs are in there? You can't just take those indoors, because I made that mistake before. So that's why we're doing this. And I think overall it's going to be even better of an option for the Jabos because they'll grow all year. Because when they're indoors, they'll never stop growing. They don't have a dormancy period the way a lot of other plants do. So they will grow all year. Now they will also lose their leaves and go dormant, but for me it gets so cold that it's not really a dormancy like one that they can handle. They can handle going dormant and get in a little bit of cold, but not, hit with frickin' 18-degree and 10-degree temps. That's just too cold. Way too cold for them. So that's that. That thing's all trimmed up. And that's how we got a lot more airflow to the trunk. Got it all cleaned up. And reduced the size while we were at it quite a bit. Take some of these leaves off the branches just to show the undulance of these branches and the absolute beauty of that trunk. So here's a 360 now compared to what we had before. That's a beautiful start to a bonsai. I mean, that's literally going to be like a showstopper when it's in the bonsai pot. I am very excited about it, and I really didn't do much to even get to this point with it. It kind of created itself from being outside in the elements and in the ice and stuff. It already had a lot of those bonsai characteristics, so all I really did was enhance them and let us be able to see them better. And that's all bonsai really is about, is letting the beauty of the natural beauty of the tree come through, and not trying to force anything. I'm not going to wire any of these Jabos. I might experiment with it a bit, but I don't think so. I'm going to let the natural beauty, mostly of their trunk and the coloration pattern that they have, just show through. Because that's what first made me actually fall in love with them, was just the beauty of the way the bark is, when they fruit, the way the fruit forms on there. So It's already been 15 minutes. Alright, well, that is it. Thank you so much for watching and tuning in. Stay tuned for more plant videos, and please subscribe, like, and share the video. Peace.